The first season of Our Flag Means Death has finally arrived in the UK. This is a comedy show focused on the pirating career of Stede Bonnet, the famed gentleman pirate. We see his journey from a gentleman to a pirate, to his friendship with the infamous Blackbeard. Our Flag Means Death is okay. It's a show that's more focused on the relationships between characters rather than an ongoing story. As such, it spends a lot of time on characters conversing and getting into unusual predicaments. The cast is pretty good. There are familiar names and faces who bring unique personalities and looks to the crew of Stede Bonnet, but many of them are relegated to supporting lines here and there, and are often there just to deliver a punchline to a joke. The comedy of Our Flag Means Death is where I lost interest a bit. Some of this show is very funny, the rest of it isn't. Many of the jokes are silly and childish, lacking in brains or smarts, and the jokes often break the immersion and reality of the world. In many ways, the jokes are in stark contrast to the things the pirates are saying and doing. Another disappointing aspect of the show is that of the budget. This is a HBO Max show, which means it has the big budget of HBO and Warner Bros. Discovery behind it. Sadly, outside of the physical ship sets, many of the larger locations are less than convincing. There are poor constructed sets that look like sets, there are CGI vistas which look like CGI, and more garish environments that feel to look real. This is a TV show, so it is of course doesn't have the massive budget, but again, it's HBO Max, so I did expect more. Rhys Darby is the gentleman pirate. He's really good in the lead role, making his character fun and quirky and unusual amongst the band of rogues. Meanwhile, Taika Waititi is an unusual, more punkish depiction of Blackbeard. It takes some getting used to because he rarely looks or feels like the Blackbeard you would expect, and he often trades intimidation and fear for anger and humour. Together, their relationship is the heart of the show and perhaps the best thing about it. Our Flag Means Death is a surprisingly progressive, modern show. Again, something unexpected for a show about pirates. But many of these elements work well and do a great job of making the show stand out and be a bit more unique. It's just a shame that so much of the show is reduced to pure silliness. And some of the modernity of it and some of the progressiveness of it does come at odds with everything else going on.